Okay, so I wasn't even sure if I was going to discuss this situation because, to be honest, I've been over talking about Brad Mondo since I started talking about Brad Mondo. But people keep bringing it to my attention. People that I know, my personal life, my clients have brought it up. This whole like allowing people to believe that he's gone straight or whatever. Look, my gripe with him has always been the bad information he puts out and the bad tutorials he puts out, which could lead to people ruining their hair. And being a hairstylist of 20 years, I understand the detriment that is to a person. So I have systematically broken down almost all of his tutorials and the bad information he puts out there to show people he doesn't actually know what he's talking about and that they need to be careful when following his instruction. I've never told people to stop following him. I don't care if people do follow him. If they want to be his fans, then go for it. That's great. But I just want people out there to be aware that that's not the best source of information. When someone has that many fans that dress him down in this accolade of hair guru when he's not, others seeing that might think he has some legitimacy and then decide to follow something that he does, ruin their hair, and then have to deal with the consequences thereafter. And I understand a lot of his fans go, well, we're all responsible for our own actions, but at the end of the day, let's look at cause and effect, initial cause. If there was no video that he put out, there would be no video for somebody else to follow. Back in late 2022, he went on sabbatical for a while, came back 2023 saying he wanted to take a different approach to social media, didn't just want to be the hair guy. Again, accepting an accolade he did not earn. I made a response video to him saying, cool, I'm here for that. I support your future endeavor, but I will let you know that anytime you put a tutorial out, anytime you try to educate people, I will be there to correct the information. Since then, all he's really done has reposted his old stuff. For a while, he was, I guess, playing his old tutorials on his lives and people were getting irritated with it. I don't know. I only know what I'm told because after that, he blocked me both on TikTok and then on Instagram. I don't really interact with him on Instagram. He had to go out of his way to block me over there. So it is safe to say he knows who I am. And being that the videos correcting him have gotten millions of views, that's a threat to his image, this facade that he's put up to everybody. Facade. It's always a facade with him. Because the situation at hand that this video is about is people telling me that he is now allowing people or letting people assume that he's straight, or he's playing into this idea that people think he's straight or whatever. Once again, allowing people to dress him down in a title, an accolade, a description, an adjective, whatever, that he has not earned. Don't get me wrong, sexuality is ever evolving in a person. But one thing you don't do is go from gay to straight. That's not how that works. Bisexual, pansexual, sure. But gay to straight, that's not really how things work. And the danger in what he's doing is leading people to believe, and he's playing into the rhetoric, the stigma that the LGBTQ plus community has faced, that who we are is a choice. People think we choose to be ostracized by society. People think we choose to be singled out and attacked legislatively. People think we choose to face violence on a regular basis. And that's just simply not the case. Nobody would choose that. So now I have a new issue. I don't care when he hawks his merch or tries to tell people how to use his merch. By all means, boo-boo, you do you. Do I think it's stupid that he said he formulated his hair color to be applied with your hands? Yeah, because what are you talking about? Or that he's making this claim that his hair color is a shifting color because of different lighting, like all hair color does? Yeah, you're trying to place a gimmick on something that isn't really a thing. Not to mention those colors look duller in the light that changes them, apparently. But my gripe is that I've been fighting for LGBTQ plus rights for 25 plus years. I've been openly gay for 25 years, and I understand the demographic of his fans are 12 to 18, and they're going to try to tell me otherwise. But at the end of the day, I've been out longer than most of you have been alive. Not all of you, but most of you. And this kind of rhetoric, this kind of idea of leading people to believe that you just switch sides again, you went back to being straight, is extremely dangerous, especially when you're not explaining what your situation is and allowing people to run with it. Even if it was a marketing ploy, it's dangerous. All those people that think it's a choice, a lot of those people have kids, queer kids. Them believing it as a choice might be exactly what gets them to finally send their kid off to conversion therapy, which, by the way, uses tactics like sleep deprivation and induced vomiting and pain and food deprivation. Like, it doesn't actually turn a person straight. It just gives them PTSD to attach to their natural impulses of who they want to love or who they are as a person. Rhetoric is dangerous. And I know it's fun in games for him, and maybe he just felt like he was serving trade one day, and that's cool. And by all means, boo boo, you do you. But I really don't care about his personal life. I don't care about any of that. But this whole like letting people believe and letting the conversation happen and not coming forward and not clarifying it, and just, it's dangerous. And this dangerous act is all fueled by his need for attention. That's why he gives bad tutorials, is because he wants the attention that he's going to get for him. That's why he puts out bad information, because he likes you guys calling him a hair guru when he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like I've said in the past, like, I don't care what he does in his personal life. You know, if his sexuality is evolving and he likes women too, or he's always been straight and just he's presented as though he wasn't, like, there needs to be a clarification there. And technically it's nobody's business, but the way he has platformed it, he has made it other people's business. And for those that want to know, why is it my business? It's my business because I am LGBTQ+. Because I was part of the first wave of young teenagers coming out by choice, making it possible for young teenagers to come out in the future, paving the way, picking up the torch from the generation before me, or at least those who survived the AIDS epidemic, who carried the torch of the generation before them. Now, I understand this is a long video, and I understand a lot of you are not going to like what I have to say here, and that's fine. I am not saying sexuality can't evolve. I'm not saying your orientation may shift to something more than the other. The idea of turning straight again, that's not how that works. It's not. If it is, minute chance it's going to be somebody that's so recognized. You're better off winning the lottery. But even then, even in that small instance that is what happened, or maybe he was never LGBTQ+ to begin with and has always been, you know, hetero. He needs to clarify that. He needs to explain that to people, because those that assumed otherwise are going to start thinking it's a choice. It's going to push the rhetoric that it is a choice. It's going to fuel the stigma that it is a choice, which can lead to much more dangerous situations, especially for queer youth. Queer youth with parents who are dead set on believing they can change their child and will do anything to do that, no matter how much it costs their child emotionally or mentally, because it's for their benefit, not their child's benefit. I know it may not be that deep for you guys, but you have to understand how rhetoric plays a role in the way society perceives those that are marginalized, and not just the LGBTQ+. What he's doing is reckless. What he's doing is irresponsible. He either needs to explain himself now that he has platformed it, or apologize. Not to me, to all of you. Hope that helps.